kati nkwebeko nituambire nchito ibintu byali kinjire walyambiro kumuleka bwino n'abantu bale kukumbwa ati kwatite ulya wine twayishire abano bena bonsepye bale mona kupidipani.
Growing up in Zambia, you know, and you come all the way to the US, you see people, organizations trying to help the underprivileged in Zambia. You really want to meet them, you really want to talk to them and find out how they're making that change in people's lives. And today at the McDonald's show, we have the privilege of talking to Scott. Scott, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You know, Scott, I grew up in Chingola. And now when I heard about you and your team making a difference in people's lives in Ndola, I really wanted to meet you and just to speak with you. Thank you so much. I've heard of WIFAN Orphanage in Ndola. Briefly, what is WIFAN?
WIFAN is a Zambian-based organization that ministers to widows and orphans in the Ndola Copperbelt province. So we have an organization that has a community school, 2 community schools. The total population of students is 450. And we also have 120 widowed ladies where they come and learn a skill. At the end of the day, would be able to provide an income for themselves and take care of their families.
Just, you know, I know you're here. You're in the U.S., you're in Atlanta, Georgia. How did you get involved into this Ndola project, the WIFAN?
Well, my wife and I got involved through Kevin and Lisa Jones. Okay. They had a long-standing relationship with Timothy and Kunda Tumelo, okay. And they were from Ndola. And Timothy passed away about 1995 and left Kunda, a widow. She's now a widow lady, and their 3 daughters. And Kunda had a heart for other widow ladies, had a heart for the orphan population of Ndola. And she was taking children in to her home and providing food for them, as well as an education. She would have teachers come off duty and teach them and try to provide an education. So Kevin and Lisa Jones mentioned this to us, and then they found out what she was doing. We got together and said, how can we help? You know, what can we do as fellow believers? How can we help others in need? So about the fall of 2007, we started our 501c3 in the United States, nonprofit organization. And basically our job is to support what they're doing locally in Zambia. We make aware the needs. We make awareness of what we're doing, and to other Americans. And together we put together programs that would benefit them and come alongside them to help take care of the widow orphan population in Zambia.
Is this like supported by churches, or how do you manage this?
Primarily supported just by individuals, families, other people who want to be involved, who hear about it and say, you know, we like what you're doing, how can we be more involved? We do have churches that are behind us and that support us in different ways, but we're not affiliated with the church, we're just a separate organization, and it's primarily supported by just regular people like you and me that come together and with the same goal.
You know, Scott, I know I've been going to the church in Allcross called Victory World Church. The pastor there, Pastor Dennis and Colleen. But there was a time when I went to Victory, and you know, this pastor was preaching, and of course many churches do missionary work. Mm-hmm. But you know what touched me was when he said, if anyone in the congregation knows of a church or any organization that is struggling, refer them to us. We are here to help. Mm-hmm. How would you feel a church doing that? Would you get help from them?
We're definitely willing to accept any help that we can get. You know, part of our job here, like I said, was to make awareness to other folks. So for us, we feel like all Christians, all believers in Jesus are called to help the widows and orphans. And in James 1:27 it says, true religion is this, is to look after widows and orphans in their distress. And all through the Bible, as I've gotten involved with this organization, every time I read a certain passage, it talks about widows and orphans, and it goes all the way back into Genesis. So I feel like all Christians are called to this, and I feel like as a Christian body that we all should come together and pull together to take care of the widows and orphans all over the world, not just in Zambia. It just so happens that we were presented with this opportunity to help those in Zambia, and we're glad to do so. So to answer your question, I feel like as a church, if there's a way that we can be involved with other churches, we're more than willing to do it. We want as many people as we can to join our fight to defend the widow and orphan.
You know, there are many, many people there, several people that are needing some help. You know, every day someone is looking for somebody to put a smile on their face, and all what is just waiting for the answers. Like Kunda, I read this article from this site. I don't know if I can read it out. She said, in 1999, as I was praying, two very small boys came and knocked on our door. I stopped praying, went to the door to see who had come, and to my shock, I saw these two little boys, and they were really too small to move by their own. I asked them where they had come from, and they told me they had come from Mapalo compound and were in search of employment. I took them in, prepared them food to eat, and after they ate, then they explained to me their sad story. The two small boys were orphans. Both their papa and mama were dead, and they were living on their own. We're talking about kids, right, living on their own. I wept after listening to their story, and it was after that I heard God's voice within me saying, Kunda, I want you to take care of orphans and widows. I told God that I did not have the kind of money that would help me to take care of the widows and orphans, and God said, sacrifice the little you have.
Yeah, that's the heart of Kunda, and that's what motivated us to be involved. It's one